So here we go again. For today's video, I decided to take a look at gas prices over the last few decades, primarily in Canada. So the pricing here is in Canadian dollars. We'll go from 1990 up until now. I'll say how much per liter gas was on average across the country, and also how much it would cost to fill your tank with that price using an average size car and tank and all that for the numbers. Here we go. So currently in 2026, we're looking at an average gas price of $1.76 per liter right now, which for the average car is roughly $70 to fill. Let's go back 5 years, just before COVID, that fun time. We were looking at about $1.01 average per liter, which turned out to be roughly 40 bucks to fill your tank. Let's go back 10 years from there to 2010. It was roughly $1 to fill the everyday Canadian gas tank, which again was still about 40 bucks to fill the tank. Another 10 years back brings us to 2000, and this is where we start seeing a lot lower of a price. We were at 69 cents per liter, which was roughly $27 to fill the tank. And then in 1990, 50 cents per liter, which turned out to about 20 bucks to fill a tank. So with all those numbers in mind, which is pretty wild to see the jump from 1990 to 2026. So in a 30-year span, we went from 50 cents to $1.76, which is 3 times 5 higher, or a 252% increase. That's crazy. I don't know how people are affording the drive anywhere. And that's just gas prices, that's not taking other things into consideration, like the actual price of the car, insurance, upkeep, tires, all that. So for the fun of this video, I did price out a few other things just to take a look. So average car price. So in comparison for 1990 and 2026, we've got $20,000 was the average car in 1990. And in 2026, you're looking at about $45,000. So that is a 125% increase. Then I looked at tires. For a 4 set of tires in 1990, on average, 400 bucks. Fast forward to 2026, 4 set of tires, $1,000. So pretty much double. And then the last thing I took a peek at was car insurance. So in 1990, for a year coverage, you were looking at roughly $800 for the year. And now in 2026, for a year coverage, you're looking at about $2,000. So that is an increase of 157%. These numbers are crazy. As with everything, life's becoming unaffordable. So tying this into my goal of, better spending, better understanding where my money's going, I am really going to take into consideration where my gas is going. It doesn't really help me to know that my gas is almost 4 times higher than it was when I was a baby, but here we are. This is what we got to work with, and we'll see how it keeps going. Tell me what I should look into next. Follow, subscribe. Yeah.